What's going on, guys? One love out to everybody. Quick review recap for you guys here on this last card that just went by. Spivac versus Tybura part 2. Fly through this real quick here, guys. A little recap. Before I get started though, guys, hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe to this channel. Hit the thumbs up button so this videos can get out. Subscribe to the channel. Also check my Patreon account for all my face-off prop plays, face-off predictions. Also, you can donate to my PayPal account there, guys, right? We're going to go through this real quick here. Just see what we did wrong and the facts that we got right, which I did pretty good on this card. And take a look at Stephanie, Luciana, and Talita. Like what I said, man, I had a reach from Stephanie. Really gave Talita problems. From the last fight you saw there, you know, there's a little bit of reach advantage and height. And also with Talita, she gets tired. And she did the same thing in this fight. She came in there in the first round and gave it all she got in that first round. She was landed more strikes than actually grappling. But after that first round, she was tired. And Stephanie just picked her apart for the rest of the rounds. So good performance by both women there. And with Stephanie, she looks good. You know, she's still learning. You know, got a little bit more work to do. But for the most part of it was a pretty good performance. All right. Zalal and Erceg. Exactly what I predicted too. You know, with Zalal, I think I had him second round submission, but he got a first round, you know, which is still a submission, just happened in the first round, right? Yeah, like what I said, there's the movement from Zalal, you know. His movement is very elusive, it's non-telegraph, he stays on his toes. With Erceg, is more stationary. He has more that Dutch kickboxing kind of base, where he wants to stay in the middle and kind of strike. With Zalal, he's not going to be there. So, you know, with Erceg through those heavy shots and overhands, you know, all Zalal has to do is just move out the way, kind of take a couple steps backwards or cut to the corner. And he looked pretty good, man. You know I'm saying? He did a good job in that fight. And he mixed it up. You know, he just didn't just strike alone. As you can see, he got a submission. So he kind of feel out Erceg a little bit in that first, which is only went to the first round. I feel him out a little bit. Then you can see that Erceg was trying a little bit more heavier. And I guess the distance and the range was slightly off from Erceg because Zalal is moving around. You know, once you're moving like that, you know, your footwork creates the strike, and your footwork creates the takedowns and the grappling. So if you're just stationary and throwing, and you have a guy that's moving, you're not going to be able to hit him. And that was the issue. But Erceg was trying to find that range, trying to get his timing right. But, you know, Zalal is just too quick, man. And yeah, that's pretty much it. He just went for the takedowns, and yeah, he got the submission, man. Yes, Zalal mixed up in this fight very, very well. Shows well-roundedness and his improvement from leaving the UFC and coming back a completely different martial artist. You know, his takedowns are good, his wrestling, and his submission. Got a first-round submission by rear naked choke. You know, which I predicted. Excellent performance by Zalal. For Erceg, you know, he has to work on some stuff as far as not getting taken down. You know, I think is probably one of his big issues there. You got to work on his takedown defense. But everybody had a little holes here and there, and just like Zalal, he had to leave and come back and fix some things up. You know, that's just part of the game, man. All over the end of the day, good performance by both guys. Denise and Carl Williams, man, man, good performance by both guys. But with Williams, man, I mean, I'm not sure what the game plan was, you know. And I think that's more of a corner work, you know, of his trainers, his corner. You know, mainly to switch his corner, you know. That's just my opinion, you know. Like I said, I'm not here to disrespect any fighter or anybody like that. I'm here to show love and motivate and inspire. But I give my opinions, you know. I feel he needs to maybe change his corner because he could have won this fight. He took down Denise in the third round. And pretty much could have finished him in that third round. He was landing a lot of strikes, and he could have done that in the second round and get the takedown. I just feel like the game plan, he wanted to strike. And a guy like Denise is a high caliber striker. He's a very technical guy. He's a seasoned striker. You know, Carl Williams is not really a striker, but he can throw the hands, as you can see, but he's not really a striker. You know, well, Denise is going to mix it up with the kicks, the leg kicks especially, which a lot of leg kicks were hurting Williams in this fight. So Denise is not going to only come with boxing, he's going to come with kicks too, because he's a kickboxer. You know, it is a poor corner work, you know. I feel Williams should try to train with Habib. Like, remember the name Bilal Muhammad did, went and trained with Habib and Omar. You know, I just feel like Williams' wrestling is very good wrestling, man. And what he did in that third round, he could have done it even if he didn't do it in the first, he's just trying to test out the striking. Maybe he's trying to see how good his striking is. Okay. But Denise is not really the guy to do that with, because the guy is a seasoned striker. And he's not only going to box, he's going to kickbox. He's very technical in the foot with the movement in and out. And Williams went for takedown in got the takedown in that third round because he got hurt. You know, Denise almost knocked him out in that third. He caught him real good. And then he went for the takedown and he got it. And Williams is a guy that chain wrestle and he's very explosive in the takedown. So I'm not sure what the game plan was. He's like pretty much like gave the fight away. He gave the fight. It's like he threw the fight away. You know? I don't know, man. I just felt like just the corner work or maybe IQ. I don't know. It's just like Williams. You know your strong point. Your strong point is your wrestling. You know, that is where you're good at. You know, you can throw the hands like you know, he's landing some punches on Denise a little bit, but I mean, the takedowns were there. You know, if the first round he went for a little takedown, you know, he didn't get it. Then he just stay on the foot first, stay on the foot second. Was staying on the foot for the whole almost the entire third until he got the takedown at the end. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. It's like I said, it's like he gave the fight away. You know, the fight was there for him. You know, the path of victory or the path to win the fight is there. The door is there for him. Maybe he was injured. Maybe he could have maybe had a knee injury. Maybe something was wrong, man. But that didn't look at the Williams like I seen fight. You know, that I seen from, you know, prior footages. You know, with his striking and then going for takedowns and mixing it up. You know, I just don't know. I mean, if he told me, or you know, say if he came to me and go, oh yeah, man, in this fight here, I'm just gonna stand up and strike, I would pick Denise to win. I wouldn't pick Williams to win because I see how Denise fight, and Denise is very technical in the foot, man. If he told me that, like, yeah, man, I'm going to the first round, I may shoot for a takedown, but I'm only going to shoot once. If I don't get it, then it's okay. Second round, I was going to stand up strike. Third round, I stand up and strike until maybe he hit me. I just don't like the hit, or I get hurt and I go for takedown. I would have picked Denise. Yeah, that performance, you know, from Williams is like he threw the fight. You know, like he gave the fight away. I'm not sure why. It was the path of victory. The path to win the fight was right there, man. And he had it in the third round. But then he did it in the third round and tried to finish in the third round when it's too late because he lost first and second. Like how the Omar fight is and Bilal Muhammad fight. You see those how Omar did. You know, he strike for a little bit, then close to the end he gets the takedowns. But that's a 5 round. He strike for a little bit, then at the end of the round you go for takedowns. You know, Carl was just, you know, he was just content with striking. Like I said, maybe he's trying to better his striking. Maybe he's trying to get better at the hands. I mean, it's possible, you know, or just, you know, don't know, test his game, you know, test his skills against a good striker. Maybe that's what he was doing. But you can do that and then, you know, get your takedowns. You know, and I know he can get the takedowns. The guy is a pretty good wrestler, man. But it is what it is, man. Good performance by Denise. For Carl Williams, you know, I mean, a good performance too. He went in there, you know, try to throw the hands and try to show his striking is getting better, but Dennis is not the guy to do it with. You should have stuck to the game plan and then get the takedowns. You know, strike for a little bit and get the takedowns. Use your striking to set up your wrestling, man. Simple. That should be his game plan. That's just completely the game plan is to use a little bit of striking, very little, and shoot for takedowns. Put him against a cage and just keep it like tight. Just keep the fight close. In the clinch and the takedowns against a cage, keep it tight. That should be his game plan. Simple. But it is what it is, though. But good performance by both guys. Carla Rosa and Penny Kanzat. Yeah, Rosa did what she needed to do, which I predicted too by a decision, right? Yep. I mean, yeah. Rosa's a better striker. Rosa's all around more well-rounded. You know, she had to ground. You know, Penny doesn't really hit as hard. Rosa hits harder, heavier leg kicks, heavier punches. The BJJ black belt from Rosa, she can get taken down, she can go for submissions. So just a more well-rounded fighter, man. I mean, that's just pretty much it. Good performance by both women. Yeah. Kazama and Charo. Yeah, man. It's the next one here where, the endurance from Charo, and Kazam ground game is not bad, and he find the wrestling. He find the submissions. He found the triangle choke. Chara almost had him in that second round. With the ground and pound, but he got tired because he needs to work on his conditioning, man. So when he goes in there, he explodes a lot, and he's trying to finish it real quick. And when he can't finish it, then he gasses out. So that seems to be his problem. So this is a guy that's like more like a first round finisher. But he had, Kazam in the second, on the ground and pounding, but he couldn't put him out, and then he gassed himself out. And just laid in the guy's guard and got triangle choke. So it is what it is, man. Like I said, with these guys, sometimes unexperienced, it's just hard to tell, because anything could happen in this game, man. So good performance by both guys, and good submission win by Kazam, and good performance by Gogoro. He went in there and did his thing. So, yep. Yana Santos and Chandler. Yeah, there's nothing to say about that. It's a decision win for Santos. Yeah, with Chandler, she missed weight by a lot. You know what I'm saying? She missed weight, I think, by 4 pounds or something like that. So, yeah, that's a lot of weight miss, and Santos wasn't happy about that, and also just the well-roundedness. And I guess Santos was a little bit pissed off, but you shouldn't go into a fight being angry, though. But you could tell that she wasn't happy with that she missed weight, and she didn't say anything about it. She didn't even say, "Oh, sorry for missing weight," nothing. She just act like nothing happened, and they just showed the different level in skills, man. Santos is a seasoned fighter, and Chandler is more like an upcomer that's trying to put it all together. But she need to work on not missing weight like that, and she missed it by a lot, dude. It's not even by little, it's a lot. It just doesn't look good. But the better woman is Santos, similar to Rosa. It's just the matchup is just different. It's just a skill set, and also different level. Chris Gutierrez and Lee, yeah, it's the same thing. Chris Gutierrez is just too seasonal fighter, man. Short notice for Lee. I mean, he did his thing. Sure that he can get takedowns, pretty strong in the clinch, heavy with the strikes, but just the movement from Chris, the in and out, the footwork, landing those leg kicks, pretty similar to Zalal. These guys are seasoned. These guys like Chris and Zalal and Yano shouldn't lose to these guys, man. And if they do lose, it doesn't look good. It's just like anything could happen in a fight, and you have big upsets, but they should not lose to these guys. I'm not taking anything away from these guys. Anything is possible. But it's just the skill level, man. There's different levels to the game. You know what I mean? The experience comes, experience goes a long way, And these guys are still, age or number, but I'm still in their prime. It's not like they're far up in age and they've been beaten up and broken bones and just, just at the end of the career. Rosa and Yana and Chris are not at the end of the career, man. They're pretty much in the prime, so they shouldn't lose to like these guys here. But good performance by both guys there. Danny Barlow and Nikolai, split decision, man. Yeah, like I told you, you can't sleep on Nikolai, man, because he's a very good fighter. And in that third round, Nikolai was taking it to him, man. He was taking it to him. And you can tell that Danny was kind of holding back, because what I see from Danny in this fight here, look like his hand is not healed properly. He broke, I believe he broke his left hand, and it's not healed properly. So what you see here is he kind of hesitant to throw. That's why he's waiting a lot. Like he probably didn't want to fully break his hand again. So he's still trying to work and getting that hand better. So that's what I noticed in this fight. And there's a little bit of nervousness by Danny that I see. He was hesitating because of counters, because a guy like Nikolai won a counter, and Danny also wants to counter with that left. So they both are looking, it's like a technical game they both are playing, and they both want to counter. But Danny's still dealing with that hand, man. I could tell. Like he's hesitant. But good performance by both guys. Danny went in there and kind of held his own. In the third round, he was fading bad, though. So, you know, a lot of things to, well, not a lot, but there's some things he needs to work on. And also trying to heat up that left hand. All right, Cheppy Marshall and Damian Jackson, same thing I said, man. I had that fight by, actually by KOTQ in the second, which he could have gotten it. This fight here could have been stopped in some kind of rounds there, but yeah, Cheppy's a dog, man. That guy's a pretty good fighter all around, man. It's good fundamentals, good ground game. His scramblings are amazing. Because Damian Jackson is a good wrestler and a good takedown artist with a good submission game. And Cheppy was just scrambling on him and just reversing the positions, which is pretty impressive, man. Cheppy's a very good fighter, dude. And he has improved from all his fights, from his older fights he had. You can tell that this guy has improved a lot, man. And it shows, man. From his other organizations that he was in, man, you can tell that this guy, you know, from LFA, you know, coming off a 2-fight losing, you can tell this guy, like, he's just his all-around skill, man. Even against when he fought Morgan. I mean, Morgan's a tough dude to fight, man, and he freaking like showed it, man. Like, he went deep in that fight. He brought out the dog. He brought out every single thing he could have brought out. He brought out his heart in that fight, the skills, man. And he did it with Jackson. But one thing with Jackson, though, it was a little more easy fight for him, though. I mean, I could tell it was an easy fight for him. You know, it wasn't much trouble in that fight. I had Cheppy by KOTQ second, which the fight could have been stopped in the second or third, but went to decision and good performance by both guys there. Sergey Spivac and Marcin Tybura. Yeah, man, big heavyweight guys here. Marcin got the takedown, but slept on Spivac. You know, he didn't respect Spivac wrestling and his submission game and got caught. Anybody can get caught, man. You can't underestimate your opponent. Even though in the first round, you know, Marcin Tybura took him down and did what he needed to do, but Spivac improved. You know, it showed that his wrestling and his submission game is good. You know, just as well as his striking. So good performance of both guys there, man, and it was a pretty good card, man. Like I said, all of these cards are pretty good in a sense. Once you break them down and analyze it, and you go to the fights, you see all the matchups, you know, and the matchmaking is pretty good, you know. So I'm not gonna doubt in the card and say, oh man, it's not good and this and this. You know, I'm just gonna go through with it and break it down and predict it, right? So that's about it right there, guys. I did pretty good on this card. I made it a contender series. Not sure yet, but I think I may do it though. It's only 5 fights. Is it 5? Yeah, only 5 fights. So yeah, I may take a look at it. I used to do a lot of contender series way back in when I started doing prediction, which was 2017, 18, 19. I used to do all the contender series. I was pretty good at it too, so I may probably take a look at this one. Definitely UFC 305 is going to be done, so I'm going to be working on that one too, so probably work on both of them. 305 is the card that everybody wants to see. It's a popular card, Adesanya and Duplessis. You know, so this should be a good fight here. Which all the fights, like I said, you know, the matchups, once you start breaking it down. Steve and Franz, good fight. You got Hooker and Camera, Tassovasa, Rosenstruck, Lee and Peretz, Taffa and Walker, Kutabao and Ramos, O'Neill and Santos, Jenkins, Burns. Yeah, I got a pretty good matchups in this card. Yeah, man. So we're gonna jump on this. We're gonna knock that out. Try to get out to you early, guys, like I usually do. And that's about it right there. I'm not going to spend too long on this review recap here. But overall, you know, the card wasn't bad. And yeah, that's about it right there, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button so the videos can get out, right? And one love out to everybody. Hope you guys love the glasses, man. What's